Digital Media.
Come on!
I'm a hippo. Broadcast Hippo. Digital Media.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. We got a special guest right now, and it's Caly Bevier out in California, where it's nice and early. What's up, Caly?
Hi, not much. As I
Okay,
said, getting my morning started. How you doing?
Good, and I don't want to bore you with your own story. But for those people just tuning in, I want to kind of get through the pieces, and then you just can correct me where I'm wrong. So, 15 years old, you're diagnosed with cancer. And then your whole community basically comes together, which I can't remember the name of your little community. It wasn't Grand Rapids. What is it?
Yeah, I lived in
Grand Rapids?
yeah, I lived in Grand Rapids. It was Grand Rapids, Tintagony, Haskins, anyone from really like the Otsego community, really
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Everyone came together and was really a huge support rock for you. You beat the crap out of cancer. You did the fight song video that went viral. Ellen picked it up. You had like 20 million views. You go on America's Got Talent from that. You get the golden buzzer from Simon. You wow everyone, standing ovations. You get to the live shows. You get to the semifinals. And then got voted out, or I don't know, whatever you call it, reality show. But you got voted out or whatever. And then you came back home. Came back home. And then how soon after that did you decide, you know what, this is my chance? We're going to go out to LA and see what happens.
I would say it was maybe like 6 months after that. I would say like I ended the show in August, and then I moved to LA the next February. So however many months that is.
And then how old were you? I know you're 22 now. How old were you then?
I was 17.
So you've been out there 5 years.
Yeah. So
Wow,
it's definitely like it's my city now, like for sure.
And so, how's it going out there? I know that you've had success. I know. Has it been harder than you thought it was, easier, or about what you expected?
I think it's harder, but I don't want to use the word harder and it be twisted in like a negative way necessarily. I think it's harder in the terms of like I had a lot more growth myself to do than what I even realized. So, I've mainly just been this past couple of years just really honing in on who I am as a person, what I want my message to truly be, what I want my music to sound like, just so many different things. So I think that's been the hardest part of it. But overall, it's just everything's I've been flying through life with, amazing colors, and it's just been amazing, this growth and this journey. So that part has been easy. And yeah, so.
Okay, so I'm guessing I just made a post about this morning about how, in life you have to have fails. I mean, that you grow from fails. You only get successes by fails because you don't know what's going to work. So you try and you try and you try, and then you make it. Would you say that you had fails and then learned from them and still going?
For sure, 100%. I mean, I've had a few single releases here within the past couple of years, and I wouldn't say anything is a fail. I mean, everyone expects, oh, as soon as I put this song out, it's going to get this many listens, and sometimes it doesn't happen. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a fail on my end, but it's definitely something that now I can take that and I can learn from it. Of course, I've definitely grown, and something that with my newer stuff that I'm going to be putting out this year is I've just been really thinking like, dude, I overthought every little thing with this process. And being an independent artist, it's super easy because it's like I don't have this humongous team around me and all these people giving me advice. I definitely have an amazing core group of people who can give me good advice that have been in the industry for a long time. But then it would be me being like hearing this person say this and this person say this, and then I'd just be little me like, what the hell do I do? So that was one thing. So I'm done overthinking now. I'm saying yes to a lot more things. But yeah, failure is a huge part of just growing and learning.
Right. Oh no, absolutely. And then, like you said, you don't have this group of people with this years and years and years of knowledge. You're kind of just having to go on your own and go with your gut. Yeah. How do you promote yourself now? Obviously when you have America's Got Talent or whatever, these big, massive right. It's different, but now you have to do it yourself. Like, do you just go to the base of social media that you have now? How do you grow it? What do you do to keep you out there? Because people's attention spans are so short nowadays.
No, I know. I was afraid everyone was forgetting about me, and then I saw this YouTube video a couple days ago, and someone was like, they went into all my life and everything, and, like, it's had hundreds of thousands of views, and I'm like, "Okay, this is good." Like, it feels good to know that people are still wanting to know, like, what's happening and everything. But, fuck, I totally missed, can you repeat your question?
Just about how have you kept yourself out there? Like, what do you do to
Oh,
grow your fan base, or are you just focusing on what you got and super
exactly.
serving them, or how do you get the word out? Or how do you do
Mhm.
that?
Right now, I really am just focused on appreciating the fan base that I do have, and these have been fans that, have been messaging me since America's Got Talent. They're people that I stay in contact with, and I've just really built this core fan group who I love to pieces. I know that they'll support me through anything, so, they're my number 1 when it comes to anything. And then constantly, every single day, I have people, messaging me, "Hey, I found you on AGT," and it's just making sure that people are acknowledged, making sure that, like, I know that I'm seen. I know that I'm seen by millions of people online, but it's making sure that those other people are also seen, and it's just not me. So it's like I am caring about, anyone who wants to care about me.
It can be a tough life out there in showbiz, or it doesn't matter what form it is, superstar, just getting in, it doesn't matter. How have you been able to manage it pretty well? Has it been pretty good to you? Sometimes it can be harsh.
Mhm. Yeah, it's been good. Moving out here at 17 years old is it's just like a totally different way of growing up than I expected to, like it was like I expected to go to college and, just live the normal life that society like kind of tells you the story of.
Right.
And so like being out here, I've definitely had to learn different parts of myself that I never really thought about, that I never really thought I would have to go into and figure things out on my own being 17 living here, kind of I missed some of my parts of growing up, being able to just stay at home and grow up, and I had to grow up here, but I almost already felt like, "I'm an adult, I can do whatever." But then I got to the point where I was like, "Shit, I don't know anything. I need to reevaluate."
Yeah, especially going from a small town to going to LA, and you went by yourself, right? Or you just
Mhm. Yeah, well,
went
my
out
dad drove me, but
there? Yeah. But once he dropped you off, I mean, the whole family's still back here.
yeah, so I actually was living with my aunt and uncle, so that was I was super
Oh,
lucky.
good.
My uncle had moved out here probably early 2000s, so he knew everything. He loves LA, and then they opened their house up to me, or their apartment. It was a very tiny apartment, their first one bedroom. I was sleeping on their couch, and so that was really nice to have that family. But they actually then moved to Nashville, so now it totally is just me out here.
Wow. Okay, so you're on your own now, and what have you learned about yourself being out there
Mhm,
on your own? Like I said, small town to Hollywood, on your own for the last few years.
mhm. About myself, I mean, geez, there's so many things that I've learned about myself. Just who I am, what I value, what I care about. I mean, even just little things like I will get on Facebook now and it's like so many stupid arguments on Facebook, and it's like I even sometimes like will start to type the F in my like search bar and start to get anxiety, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So like little things like that, just like what makes me feel good, not Facebook. So like stuff like that. Um learning, I mean, it's just like I'm becoming an adult. So there's so many things,
Yeah.
and just how to manage stress levels. I've finally realized what depression feels like and how to cope with that. So there's just so many different things, and I really want to share how I get through those things through my social media, through my songs, through
How
anything.
how bad is your depression? I interviewed Ginger Z from Good Morning America about a week ago, and she's been very open and honest about her
Mhm,
suicide attempts and
mhm,
and depression, debilitating depression, into the fact where she was at her most famous. She's Good Morning America, ABC. She's doing all this stuff, and I told her some people were like, "How could you be depressed? You have this perfect life, great family, and everything." She's like, "People don't understand it. It's got nothing to do with it. Anyone can have depression. It doesn't matter if
exactly,
you're on the street. It doesn't matter if you were at the highest levels of success. Depression does not discriminate."
exactly. And I mean, it was something hard for me to even say, like, "Oh, maybe I actually am depressed." And I just started, getting therapy, not too long ago, and my therapist mentioned, "Well, there could be, like, some depression there," and I'm like, "Okay, well, what does that look like exactly for me?" And then I would just go throughout my day, and I'd start to get these waves of, like, "Oh, I just wanna, like, cry right now for no freaking reason."
Mhm.
So then it's sitting with yourself and being like, "Okay, why do I feel this way? At the core of it, what is the reason?" And really just kind of like, meditation is a huge thing for me, and really just being aware of, this is how I'm feeling right now, and I'm not gonna be mad that I'm feeling this way, but I'm gonna let it pass through me. And I have to be able to be aware of what that reason is, and then I can work on that reason instead of just ignoring it, and just
Mhm.
being sad.
Right.
So that's definitely something that's helped. Am I extremely, extremely depressed? No, but I think that it is reality for the majority of people to go through anxiety, depression, just, their feelings.
Mhm.
You're gonna feel the feelings, you're human.
Right. Now you got married about a year and a half ago, correct?
Mhm.
You
Yes.
still married, everything going
Yes,
well?
everything's going great, he is great.
So you came out as I don't want to use the wrong label, but you came out how long
Pansexual.
ago? With
Oh,
pansexual.
yeah.
Thank you.
So
How long ago?
I came out pretty soon after my fight, with cancer, so I was probably about 16 years old, and I came out to my parents, and then after I came out to my parents, I kind of just did my own thing, didn't really feel the need to tell everybody.
Right.
That's how it was.
And okay, so then you fall in love with and then your husband transitioned, correct?
Mhm. Yeah, so my husband, yeah, we started dating, and then, literally a few weeks, of like, maybe a month into us dating, he told me that he felt like he was a transgender man and wanted to start transitioning, and, I mean, I loved him for who he was. I'm
Mhm.
like, being pansexual, like, I didn't fall in love, with him because he was a girl at the time, it was just, "I like you as a person."
It's the connection that you had.
Exactly, exactly,
It didn't matter the outer shell. It's just you
exactly.
had that connection. It's the same person. You
Yes.
didn't get a brain transplant.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. No, I mean, and even now, like, you can see the coolest part is you can see that he has grown so much, and he's so much more confident, and he's motivated as hell. And for me, that's motivating because I can be a very kind of like procrastinator, kind of lazy person, but like his own growth has helped my growth as well. So that's been beautiful.
Well, it's good too that you kind of yin and yang each other. So if you're this, to have a person that's opposite that helps you. It helps keep you on
Exactly.
task or grow or whatever.
Mhm. For sure. We are not the same person at all. I can tell you that much.
So were you was there ever a worry in public coming out, or because I know you did in an article, I think, and it was kind of a big deal at the time. Was it was there was there a lot of thought for it? Were you not sure? Did it go as you expected?
I mean, overall, I knew that my immediate family was going to be very accepting, like my parents. Um, they raised me to like be who I want to be. My mom raised me to speak my mind. So I
Mhm.
knew coming out to them was going to be fine. They were totally fine with it. The only thing that kind of made me second guess coming out to my whole family was my extended family is kind of religious. They're very religious.
Mhm.
So, they have, they just don't necessarily agree with LGBTQ. They can't support it. They can say like, "Oh, we love you and everything and we love you as a person, but I'm not going to support your decisions." So for me that was the hardest part of it, but at the end of the day that's not really what mattered because it was my happiness, and I'm not doing anything bad.
Have they come around over the years
Oh,
or not really?
and they always, I mean, from the get-go, they never turned their back on me. They never made me feel too sad. I mean, there was one point where one of my family members, they didn't come to my wedding, which that did hurt me. But at the end of the day, I do understand. You have to understand both sides, like I have my beliefs and they have their beliefs. So, but
Right.
at the end of the day, it's all love.
But that's the cool thing is that you hear horror stories about that, but
For sure.
there's
Not
really
all not all not all people get this kind of love and family experience that I have experienced. So I'm very blessed, and I love them to pieces.
Well, and I wish more people could say, you know what, I don't agree with it, but
Mhm.
but I love you and I respect your decision, and we're just not going to agree on this one thing, and then everything else we're
That's
still
it.
good
Yeah,
on. But
yeah.
there's so many people that are like, well, I don't agree with that, so they demonize you, and you're this horrible
Totally cut you
person.
out, yeah.
So ridiculous.
And I mean, people also judge from their perceptions, and it's hard for people to step out of their own, it's your own movie that you have. So,
But it doesn't affect you. Like what I do doesn't. As long as I'm good to you, or I'm a good person, it doesn't change who I. Like you said, with your husband, it doesn't change who you are on the inside. It's just
exactly.
it's just it is
Some outside changes, maybe, or just
right.
changes of one little fact that you know about me now because I
Yeah,
chose to tell
yeah,
you. Yeah.
exactly. All right. So you said you have new music coming out this year.
Hmm.
Um, what's it like? Is it different than what
So,
you've done? Is it kind of the same vibe? What? Like,
so I.
hold on real quick. So, what's your strategy now? Because you put out a couple songs and you had some success. You
Mhm.
learned stuff like we talked about. So, what's the thinking process like? Okay, I know that I need to go down this lane because I see that that's my next shot. That's my
For
next.
sure. So I guess right now, what I have is I have a bunch of songs that are literally they have a little bit more tweaking that needs to be done, and then I could put them out to go out into the world if I wanted to.
Mhm.
But strategy wise, I would love, as many people to hear it as can possibly happen. So what I'm trying to do is kind of finish the songs where they are. I'm going to send them out to some people who I know can help me out. And I am going to be like, hey, I have these songs. Would you like to help maybe with some content or some visuals for this? Because for me, that's a huge part of it. I obviously love the music part, but overall, I love the arts. So visual arts are huge to me. So if I can get a little bit more of a budget when it comes to the content creation, that will help me tremendously.
Especially
So
with like TikTok and social media. It's such a visual,
it
such a
really is.
medium, and you've done a good job with to make it on the couple songs you have. You like the music videos. You put music videos with them still, and
Yes.
they look good, and you did a
Thank
great
you.
job on them.
Thank you. Yeah, one of my songs, "Hate You Sometimes," that one I got super lucky. I had a label who picked it up for a single deal, and they helped me with the music video. So that was awesome. And then any other music videos right now, they're going to be mainly independent. But if I can get help, I that would as I'm saying, it would help
Mhm.
so much. So that's kind of what I'm doing, trying to see if there can be any more back end, someone who wants to help. If not, I will be releasing it independently.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's kind of where I am. When it comes to the sound, if you've listened to my other music, it's
Mhm.
still very pop. But
Mhm.
I've decided to not really pigeonhole myself into, oh, like I'm doing alternative pop or I'm doing R&B pop. Kind of that's everything that I've been making everything. So I've been making pop, I've been making indie pop, I've been making everything because I'm influenced by everything. So my plan is to release bundles of songs. Like this bundle will be like electric pop, this bundle will be this vibe.
Mhm.
Um, because I think as human beings, we all have multitudes and there's
Well,
so much we can do.
the interesting thing about that is we have evolved so much in our music listening. For instance, you look at a Pandora or Spotify or whatever it is, you'll listen to country. Like in the old days, if you listen to country, you listen to a country station, or you listen to pop, you listen to a pop station. But
Right.
nowadays with the shuffle, sometimes people want to listen to a rock song, then a country song, then a pop song.
Yeah.
People listen to everything now, and it's just songs. They're not as much categorized as they were when I grew up. Um,
Exactly. No, I agree so much. I mean, my favorite playlists that I listen to they're on Spotify, and like one of them's called Lorem. I don't even know what the word Lorem means, but it's all just like a mix of songs. Like the one will be like an acoustic sad song that I'm crying to, and the next will be like this like crazy like ADHD like type of song. But yeah, it's so true. And that's also what I love. And I also love that a lot of people are saying, hey, like I can play an instrument, I can sing, I'm gonna, like, get a little microphone and record, and it's gonna go out there, and, like, a lot of playlists are adding these people to, the whatever Spotify playlist or Apple playlist or whatever, and anyone can break out into the industry now, and anyone can make music, anyone can release, and that's what's awesome. It's just so cool, and it's so easy to also just learn how to make music now, like, GarageBand on your phone right now if you have an iPhone, like,
Right.
it's so cool.
And so what is your strategy to getting the most people to hear it? Like, is it a cool video? Is it using TikTok? Is it what goes in your thing? Like, how am I going to get this stuff out? So like you said, the most people hear it. It just
Mhm.
fascinates me.
For sure. One thing that really helps is reaching out to playlisters and being like, "Hey, I'm having this song that's gonna be released. Can you add it to your playlist?" So that's something that really helps, with my past releases.
Mhm.
I've done that. I've spent just days on end, and it's fun to me, like, to look up who made the, playlist, kinda gotta, like, do a little bit of investigating, but so that's one way. And then also, yeah, like visuals, social media is huge. I'm not the biggest social media, I guess, user. I'm not that good at it, nor do I like, I don't know. I just have to change the script that I have written towards it when it comes to releases because it's important. It's a
Mhm.
business. So that's definitely for me on the business side of
So
things.
what is your issue? We you and I
Why
have talked
I like it?
before. You and I have talked before. It's like, why not just sit down for 5 minutes,
I
3 days a week,
know.
4 days a week, and just like how important it is, just
I
fucking do it. You know you got music to do,
know.
you got to grow. You got you're out in LA.
Also, it's also a perfection and confidence thing
Oh
with
my god,
me as
yes.
well.
Okay, Callie, I'll go with you on this. There are times that I have stuff to say that where I just want to jump on my phone and I don't do it because I'm like, okay, I don't have a microphone and I hate the way it sounds on this, or I'll talk
Mhm.
myself out of it all the time.
Yeah, that's me. See, like, I have chunks and chunks and chunks of, things to post, videos, hours I've spent just playing piano, recording videos, and I'll go through them and I'm like, "There's nothing here." When I know that if someone else had my phone, they'd be like, "Girl, post all of these." Like, come
Right.
on. But
Content is king.
it's mainly that. It's like, I just need to get more therapy, I think, and then but yeah. No,
Actually, Jason makes a good point. He just
yes,
posted. He said, "Just be yourself, including the food you buy at stores." Yeah, people just people need to have, and this emotional connection with people now. It's not like the old days where I don't know what Frank Sinatra does. In his prime. Well, you kind of found that's a big one. But my point is
exactly.
that people want to know everything you do about your life. You go to the store, friggin' Facebook Live it. Oh, I'm gonna get this or this. You got to start just doing it, and
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be any extra work. It's just living your life, and because people want to
you're so
build this
right.
bond, and they want to support people that they have this bond with, and you got to start building that bond more.
You're right. I know. I'm inspired by this for sure. My story is gonna be forever long after this.
Let me ask you: do you have a microphone? You have a microphone at home, or do you have a setup at home where you can just pop it on?
Yeah, pop it on, like, to do, like, what, a live or
Yeah, a
something?
live or a song, even if a
Yeah,
cover. I mean, yeah,
yeah, I have some stuff. I know, I need to do it. I
you,
just need to do it. That's the
you
thing.
just need
Like,
to
it's like
do
I
it.
can talk about it for hours, but just
Yeah,
do it.
just
I know
do it.
how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there is some stuff on there that's you have done it, so you
I
know
know.
how once you have done it, you know how to do it.
Exactly.
Oh, Kelly, you've come so far, and I love it. And how long have you given yourself a time, or have you become an LA resident for life? Are you just out there for the art? And if you're just out there for the art, how much time are you giving yourself, or
Yeah,
are you just playing it by ear?
totally playing it by ear. Do I wanna be here for the rest of my life? No.
Really?
I'm very much I love green country, I love forests, I'm very, like, I wanna go foraging in the woods for my, like,
Mm.
dinner tonight,
Mhm.
And, so no, I don't wanna live here forever. I love the art, love the people,
Mhm.
love that I can literally choose any cuisine, and it's in, like, 5 minutes from here.
Mhm.
But yeah, just playing it by ear.
And the weather is just, I mean, the winters here suck.
No, yeah. I know, and Sean says something funny. He's like, we'll go to Ohio and sometimes it'll be cold for no reason. He's like, it's not even snowing. He's like, if it's not snowing, what's the point?
I know. Well, but you're out there to basically just to work your craft, see what happens, and then eventually you're probably going to end up back home or some form. Now, is Sean with that? Where's Sean from?
Sean he's originally from Mexico, and then he moved to Florida when he was young. He's down with whatever I want to do. He's also he loves to travel. He loves nature as well. So we definitely see eye to eye on kind of just going with the flow here. Whatever happens, take it as it is.
That's another thing we do. I've told your dad this before years ago. I'm like, you just get yourself a little van or a little bus, and then when you get music out, just start traveling, and you go to hospital and sing to cancer patients and do it live stream, and people start following you, and
it's been fun because actually Sean, he started learning guitar, so we've actually been sitting here at home for like hours on end learning my songs. He's been like playing my songs, so like we're getting a set list ready to like really start going out and playing. However that happens, you know, I'm ready to do that for sure, because I was performing out, you know, 2 years ago, you know, doing a lot of cancer events, and I really enjoyed that. But then I really started honing in more on just recording music. So now I'm ready to start going out again.
Now, out there, to make money, are you singing out? I mean, with COVID, I know that LA is very strict on that stuff, so probably not doing a lot of that. But you have to have a word. You have to work. What do you do?
Yeah. So right now I'm mainly just recording at the studio or with whoever. And then I haven't told a lot of people this because I feel like sometimes it's like bad because like honestly, I'm just gonna tell like it is because of it. So like I feel like as an artist, you want people to look up to this like star and like this life that isn't necessarily reality, but like I have a job. I haven't told like anyone that, but I have a job. 9 to 5, baby.
If we're being honest, Caly, you know, when I had all my shit go down like almost 12 years ago now, and you know, get fired from radio and I couldn't do anything. I could never bring myself to work at they're like, just work at McDonald's. Like I still was looking for a decent job because I couldn't, my pride couldn't do it. Like, I don't know. I ended up working other jobs. Like I ended up freaking cleaning toilets at a bar when it was closed. You know, there's things I would do, but then I didn't want to be out in the public working that type of job. I just didn't. I mean, people said you should do anything you can do to make money. I know. I found other ways, but there's just certain things I wouldn't do it. And I know what you're saying. You're like, they have to know that I'm always working on music and that money is just magically flowing in.
Exactly. From all my Spotify streams, with Spotify paying me jack crap.
Penny. Yeah, 1 penny a freaking stream or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, not even. It takes like 6 or 7 streams to get to like a penny or something.
Oh my God, it's so ridiculous. So what are you doing?
So I actually, funny story how everything happened. I was babysitting for a mom who actually went to school with my dad. So they went to Haskins Elementary together, lived right down the street. And then she ended up moving here. I was babysitting her kids for a while, and then I was just like venting to her. I was like, thank you so much for this. This is awesome. But like life is hard out here. I wasn't expecting anything. She's like, oh, well, like I might have an extra job at my law firm. So now I'm just working as an administrative assistant kind of at a law firm. Which honestly, I was the kid like throughout when I was little, who would be like making little forms to fill out and stuff and like playing school. So it's kind of the perfect little job for me.
Well, and plus it's so goddamn expensive out there. I imagine
it has kept us on our feet like 100%. Like it has helped so much.
Wow. Well, keep doing what you're doing. And you know what you should do too is make little postcards and hand them out to people. You know, download. We need to I don't know if you have a channel or what you have. Put your QR code on there. It's like more. So you're out, if you're out talking to people at the law firm, if you're out down and getting coffee from Starbucks or where the hell you get it from, you start handing those things out. That's what I do. Just get little postcards made. It's $100.
The phone has made it so easy to scan the QR codes now.
Exactly. Exactly. And then all of a sudden now they're subscribing to your stuff or on your channel or whatever. Do you have a YouTube channel? Is that?
I do have a YouTube channel.
Good.
I do. I'm just terrible at posting, and this is after this. Let me tell you, I'm gonna be like, Andrew inspired me.
Good. I'm
Get up in the morning and post my stuff.
Your voice is so amazing, and people, it just cuts through. And it's a secret way. Look, there's all kinds of people out here, throwing pies at their face or doing other bullshit. You have a talent that can cut through all that clutter. Use that talent. Don't just let it sit there and you're fighting through on social media, but you've got this talent that cuts through. Use it to your advantage.
For sure. I am going to believe in myself more, for sure.
You're amazing. You're a good person. You're grounded too, which is awesome. You're wise beyond your years. All that shit is way to your advantage. And use it to your advantage.
Yeah, I have been. I think even taking this past few years, and I have been doing so much reading, and as I was saying, like, so just self-growth, and I think using what I have learned is definitely going to help propel who I want to be here in the near future. So thank you for that. Definitely.
Trick says, and beautiful.
Thank you.
I know you are. You're gorgeous. You've got everything going your way. You're young. You've got it going on, girl. Stay with you. Love you, and we'll always support you out here.
I love you so much. Thank you. I follow you on Facebook. I follow you on everything. So I always look through.
And if you're not following Caly, follow her. She's amazing. Bye, girl. You have a great day, and I love you.
All right, I love you.
Caly Bevier. Bye.
I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media. Come on!